I did the least
Yeah, what the fuck you get?
the least common denominator.
Yeah, the least common.
Hello, hello. Happy Monday. I'll give everybody just a minute. Hey, how are you? Okay, I'll go ahead and get started and everybody can watch it later. So I'm Brooke. I'm the nurse practitioner of Port St. Lucie Medical Wellness, and I get on here every Monday evening, or almost every Monday evening, I try to, and we discuss a aesthetic or wellness topic. So, Port St. Lucie Medical Wellness is in Port St. Lucie. We're just off of Port St. Lucie Boulevard at 702 Southwest Port St. Lucie Boulevard. Our phone number, if you'd like to call us, or you can text as well, the number there is 772 207 0080. First things I like to go over are our current monthly specials. So, this month we have gift cards for moms. So Mother's Day is coming up. It's on Sunday. So the first through the 10th of this month, so through May 10th, gift cards are 50% off. So if you've been waiting to do some treatment that was maybe out of reach for you, so say you're wanting to do 3 PRP treatments under the eyes. So the 3 in total come to $1,200, but you can't afford that. So now you buy a gift card for $1,200 and you only pay $600. Hopefully that makes sense. Or you've been looking to get that syringe of filler, which is $599, so $600, and you couldn't afford it or it was just a little bit too expensive for you. So now you can call and buy a gift card for $599, but you're only going to pay $300. So it's a good time to kind of take advantage of that. You can kind of put money in your account. So even if you're not due for anything, you could buy $100 gift card for $50 and you have $100 credit on your account. Hopefully that makes sense. So again, that's just through the 10th. Hello. It's only through the 10th. So you've got to call or come in to do that. The next thing that we have on special through the end of May is hydrodermabrasion with 20 units of Botox. And the total for that's going to be $259. The regular price for that is $470. So that's a big savings as well. And I can do the Botox right after the hydrodermabrasion. So you can get your facial done and then come straight to me and we can do the Botox. Next thing we have is one IPL photofacial. So IPL is a laser treatment. It's intense pulse light. You can do a photofacial for either hyperpigmentation, so these little brown like sunspots that we get, or for the broken capillaries in the skin. You can also use it to treat rosacea under the eyes and along the cheeks. It will help with that. So we're going to do one IPL photofacial, buy one, get one free. Those are usually $350 a piece. So it's essentially half off for two. Buy one, get one free. Then the next thing is our body shaping. So we have what's called an M-shape device. It's a device that we kind of put on you. It's got paddles. So we put it on you on your abs, or you can do like your biceps or your butt or your glutes. And it essentially works out the muscle involuntarily. So say for your abs, it's 30-minute long session. It's equivalent to doing 20,000 crunches in 30 minutes. It will contract the muscles and relax the muscles for 5 minutes, and then you'll feel like a slight tapping. And that tapping is to get the lactic acid out that builds up in the muscles from overuse. Just like when you're in the gym and you start getting that burning feeling. So this will prevent that burning feeling from occurring, which will enable your muscles to be worked harder than they ordinarily would. You will be sore the next day. So it's a really good treatment, and it is buy two, get two free. So the regular price for those are $800 each. So you can buy two, get two for free for $1,600, which is 4 treatments. Um, you can also use that machine. It does help with a little bit of fat loss. It has a radio frequency to it, so it will reduce the fat by about 30% if you do all 4 treatments consecutively. The other thing the machine can be used for is for pelvic floor. So men have pelvic floor weakness just like women do. Women, it's much more common, especially after we have kids and go through menopause. So we get bladder leakage and those kinds of things when we sneeze or we laugh. So we have a pelvic floor device that fits on that machine that you sit on, and it does the same thing for your pelvic floor. And if that is an issue for you, this thing is gonna work wonders for you. I didn't do it for a very long time, and then I finally started doing it, and I'm just like every other woman who's had kids, and when you sneeze, you don't know what's gonna happen if you haven't used the restroom in a minute. You're you're bound to get a surprise. So now when I sneeze, no issue. So it's totally fine. I did 4 treatments, 1 treatment a week for 4 weeks, and then now I just do like a maintenance treatment. So it's amazing for that. The other things we always have: new patient special Botox, 20 units for $179. Dysport, first 60 units for $4 a unit. After that, it's $5 a unit. And those are just always happening. And then we have our membership, which is $129 a month. And we customize that to what your goals are. So, say you want to focus on skin. So, we will do every month a hydradermabrasion for free, or a bio repill for free, or an IPL for free. Say your focus is the pelvic floor. So, we will do that pelvic floor. You can get that for free. In addition to kind of tailoring that free item, you get one free item every month. You'll also get a B12 injection every month for free. You can get an IV for free. So it just kind of depends on what your goals and what you're looking to do. We will tailor it to you. The 129 a month, you don't lose it if you don't use it. So say you're gone for the month, that $129 will stay on your account, and you can use that towards a purchase for something else. So I have a couple clients who have the membership, and they essentially just use it like as a bank account. So they know that every month I've applied $129 towards my aesthetic or wellness needs that I can use in the future. So you don't lose it. It stays in your account, so you can apply that towards something else. You get an additional 15% off products. I carry all the Elastin products, so you get an additional 15% off that. You also will get $2 less per unit for Botox, Xeomin, and Dysport. And then again, 15% off any other service or product. So it's a pretty good deal. Like I said, like a photo facial is regularly $350. And if that's something you want to do every month, then you're only paying $129 for it, because that can be your free item. So it makes sense financially to do that if this is something you're going to use, right? Like if you have a Sam's Club membership and you don't go, well, then you're just wasting your money. But at least with this membership, that money is not lost, if that makes sense. So that's kind of all I have for like deals and things we do. The topic I kind of wanted to discuss today is this, thankfully, this growing trend of less is more. So I think gone are the days of these kinds of aesthetic treatments that kind of look outrageous or look like somebody had something done. For those of you that have been to me, you know that I'm pretty conservative with how I treat. I prefer very natural looking results. And some people don't like that, so they don't come to me, and that's fine. but I don't like these giant cheeks where the eyes are now like deep set and the people can't see. I don't like that. I don't like these huge lips that walk into the room before somebody else walks into the room. I'm just not a fan of that. I prefer things to be more natural. I want you to look like you. I just want you to look like refreshed. I want you to look in the mirror and feel like good about yourself, right? So I want you to look in the mirror and not go like, "Oh my god, I look tired," or "I look worn out," or whatever. So we'll do these treatments that help to uplift you and like boost your self-esteem a little bit. So when you look in the mirror, it matches how you feel on the inside, if that makes sense. So the one lady that trained me for quite a while, um, her quote that always stuck with me was, "When you walk into a room, you want to be a whisper, not a scream." So I think that that's totally applicable. You don't want people to look at you and go like, "Oh, your lips look good," or "Your cheeks look good." You just want people to look at you and go, "Man, you look good," and not be able to like put their finger on why you look good. They just know that you look good. That's kind of the results that we're looking for. So fillers you can use to enhance those certain things, right? You don't want to do too much where it looks overdone. And then there's things like baby Botox, which is just kind of a lower dose of Botox that you can do that will kind of help maintain the good skin that you have and prevent wrinkles. But there's no obvious signs of treatment, if that makes sense. So like I can still move my eyebrows, I can still make an angry face. It's just not strong enough to create those lines that we call static lines for that are there when I'm not moving anymore. Um, you can use bioregenerative medicine, which is another thing I think that people are leaning towards. So these are things like PRF, the PRF biogel that I use, which is essentially making filler out of your own blood, out of your own PRF. So platelet-rich fibrin is PRF. So that's where I draw your blood, I spin it down, I get the platelet-rich fibrin separated from the red blood cells, and then I can inject that back into various different areas for regenerative purposes. So it helps stimulate collagen and elastin. It is something that is not immediate. It takes time to develop and get the collagen boosted and all that, and then you just maintain it afterwards. But it's very natural because your body is doing its own thing. It's not going to overstimulate collagen like right here, so you look like you have a ball. Where if somebody's injecting filler, it can have that outlook. Probably, if they're not doing things properly. So that's PRF. And I can do that anywhere. I do it on the backs of the hands. I can do it on the stomach to help tighten up that skin. A lot of people will do their neck or their jawline to help tighten up that skin. I do the PRF biogel a lot for the under eyes because I'm not a big fan of under eye filler. Hey, Kara. So usually I will try and talk people out of under eye filler because I'm just not a fan of it. There are particular people that it's appropriate for, but it's few and far between. It's much less than you think. So usually people need cheek filler as opposed to under eye filler. But anyways, so PRF, we do 3 treatments. You do 1 treatment a month for 3 months. And then after that, we reevaluate in 3 months. So your body is going to produce its own collagen and elastin, and that just is something that takes time. It's not like filler where it's like an instant difference in your face. It takes time, but it's very pretty, and the PRF is good for your skin, so you get like a nice glowing complexion along with that. The other one that is similar to that along the same lines is called Sculptra. That's a bioregenerative filler, if you will. It's in the classification of fillers, but it's not really a filler. It stimulates your own collagen. So again, I usually do 1 vial for each side of the face, and then a month later we do 1 more vial, a month later we do 1 more vial, and then after that you just get on a maintenance. Every year you have your Sculptra birthday and we do a maintenance treatment of the Sculptra. It's very pretty. Again, it gives you nice glowy skin. while you're doing these treatments, any kind of treatments that require your body to heal or make its own collagen or elastin, make its own whatever. While you're doing those treatments, I recommend that you stay away from NSAIDs. So that's any ibuprofen, Aleve, Advil, or aspirin, because those are NSAIDs are nonsteroidal anti-inflammatories. So by name, they are anti-inflammatory. We want your body to have that inflammatory response. That's what's going to help us produce more collagen and elastin. It just gives a better response to the treatment, and then you're not, wasting your money on something. You go home and you take a ton of Advil, and then you've dampened the response to the treatment itself. So sculptures, that all of these things are minimal downtime, right? They are natural results. Usually, like the PRF and the sculpture are long lasting. Those are going to help you produce your own collagen and elastin for upwards of 18 months. So it can be more cost efficient as well. Maybe it's a bigger price up front, but the maintenance long term is much more cost efficient. So you want to look refreshed, not overdone. That's my thing on the whole thing. So if anybody has any questions, I'll be happy to answer those. Let's see. I think we're good over here. Kara's over here. Kara's getting PRF. She loves it. All right. Oh man, I was gonna do the raffle today. So we had a raffle in the clinic. Anybody who purchased an elastin product was entered to win in this raffle. So it was for a bio repeal with 20 units of Xeomin. I forgot the dang box at the clinic. So what I'll do is I'll get on a live real quick tomorrow and draw that winner for everybody to see tomorrow. So again, that's for the bio repeal and the 20 units of Xeomin. I know, Kara, when I saw your name, it reminded me, and I totally forgot it. I left it there. So my apologies for that. Anything else? No. My kids ran away, so I don't have anybody to help me pick a winner. Just writing everybody's names down. Hey, Liam. Liam.
What?
Come here. Oops. I accidentally turned on like this flower thing on my Instagram live. So it made my lips really red and I have a big flower in my head, but that's fine. Can you pick one of these for winner?
What is that?
Mary. I know, I didn't write it very well. We picked Mary. Mary Daddario? Mary Daddario. All right, Miss Mary. So shoot me a DM and let's pick something. What should Mary win? Let's do 30 units of Xeomin. So Mary, if you've never tried Xeomin before, it is another neurotoxin. It's very comparable to Botox. Like 1 unit of Botox is equal to 1 unit of Xeomin. They last the same amount of time. Xeomin is a little bit less expensive than Botox. It's a cleaner toxin, so a lot of times you'll see a commercial for it and they'll say the clean tox. So what they're referencing is the filtration process and how it's manufactured. So it is filtered more times with a finer filter than some of the other neurotoxins. So result of that is the product is just the neurotoxin. There's nothing else in there. It's just the botulism type A. In Botox and Dysport, there are still some proteins that are attached to that neurotoxin molecule, which would be the cause of any type of resistance you would get. Your body builds antibodies to the proteins that are attached to the neurotoxin, not to the neurotoxin itself. So Xeomin is a good alternative for people who all of a sudden like, oh, my Botox isn't working anymore, or my Dysport isn't working anymore. Xeomin is a good alternative for those people. The other people I choose to use Xeomin on specifically are people with autoimmune diseases. So people with RA, lupus, MS, any kind of autoimmune condition. Their body has a tendency to over respond to things, so I don't want to set their body or trigger like an inflammatory process with them. So by using Xeomin, which is much cleaner, the chances of me like setting off this response, this hyperinflammatory response with their condition is like almost zero. So those are the other people that I prefer to use Xeomin on. It is it lasts just as long as Botox, but it does kick in sooner. So Botox takes usually about 2 weeks to kick in. The Xeomin is about 5 to 10 days. You still give it that 2 weeks before you decide, oh, do I want more? Like I said, I'm pretty conservative, so if we want more, we can always add more in 2 weeks. But once it's in there, I can't take it back, you know? So that's all I have to say tonight. It was a lot. Does anybody have any questions? Kara wants to get the bile repeal enzyme. And there's Danny. Hey, Danny. And my husband's on there. Yay. Cool. All right, guys. That's all I have for this evening. If you guys have any topics you want me to discuss, go ahead and send me a message. And I'll be happy to do that next week for you. Otherwise, have a great week. I will see you all on Monday and have a very happy Mother's Day. Don't forget those gift cards are 50% off until May 10th. So I will see you guys next time. Have a great week. Happy Mother's Day, guys.